Let's talk business. Some startups are working in partnership with the Nigerian government to propose a startup act for Nigeria. This is meant to be implemented via an executive order from the president when it is ready. A startup act could be a first step in setting up a structure around the many problems facing the establishment and growth of these new industry. Some countries have started using similar laws, example of which can be found in Tunisia in 2018 and Senegal in 2019. Both passed startup laws under similar rationales. Startup acts are becoming recognized as a tool for policy innovation in Africa. Joining us on News Center now is Samson Olatunde, a Nigerian digital entrepreneur. Thank you so much for joining us on the news at this time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we know that so far COVID-19 has disrupted lots of African economies and even globally. Now, can such a bill like this aid local funding of startups in Nigeria?
Absolutely, I would say a yes to a positive extent because of the fact that a lot of research that has happened has shown that there's a need for us to look beyond just having foreign investors. For instance, the African Nigeria Startup Report shows that the foreign investment make up the largest part of Africa startup funds. And that's like 81.3% of total amount invested in West Africa alone. So that means that over $1 million in the last 10 years came from people outside the country to invest into the startups that we have in Nigeria. So if you look at it, we have a lot of philanthropists, billionaires in Nigeria. We have the POI, we have funds that have been wasted and stolen from the government that we feel that it can come to this startup act and help groom, scale up the startups that we have in Nigeria.
Okay, I like the positivity you're bringing there, but would it be possible to have a reduction of policy changing overnight that has affected many startups in the past 5 years?
There's a possibility that we have more coming, and I don't know why it's coming from our government, and this is really affecting a lot of startups. Just imagine in Lagos State, the Okada brand is a fresh one for us, and then the Nigerian lawmakers came passing a bill saying that they probably want to end the digital media platforms recently. And then you know what is happening currently about the restriction of cryptocurrency trading in Nigeria. So if this continues, it will keep affecting negatively the startups in Nigeria, because I believe that the strength of any nation is the startup. So I feel that the government needs to look at this startup act for Nigeria that we are pleading and asking that we should have a dialogue around it, because if we don't, it means that many people is going to be affected. The rate of unemployment keeps going high, and I feel that if government will stop putting all of these policies that is really affecting the startups negatively, it will go a long way to help us grow ourselves and scale up based on what we're doing.
Okay, according to report and statistics, incidentally, more startups are involved in this bill. At least they are involved in the formation of the bill. Do you think the final one will satisfy issues they have raised?
Definitely, it will. And I think we need to start from somewhere. We need to start and then begin to build momentum and having dialogue with the government. So if you look at that, who is a startup, for instance? Startups are young companies that are founded to develop a unique product or service and bring to the market. And so when you look at the startup act, for instance, you look at it from an innovative and unique legal framework to promote startups. So if that comes in place, it means that there will be policies that would help, that will create novel institutions and empower a lot of entrepreneurs. So let's take, for instance, a Flutterwaves. Now,
okay, thank you. All right, thank you so much, Samson Olatunde. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but we do hope that this bill and this act will actually be on the positive light for a lot of startup businesses. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion on the news with us.
You're welcome.